Are those footsteps I hear? No one ever comes out this way. Oh, I guess I'd better go see who it is. You there. Why have you come here? Oh, come on. There are signs everywhere. Everybody knows that I'm not welcome near the town anymore. Everybody knows that I was cast out, and everybody knows that I am to be left alone. Why are you here? Really? It's only been 10 years, and people already think it's just a myth. I wish it was. You know, you could be exiled just for coming here. Right? That penalty is very harsh. They don't want anyone talking to me. You shouldn't have come here. You really don't know. Have they stopped telling people? Really? Fine. If you're already here, you're already at risk of being cast out like I was, so I guess there's no harm in telling you the story that they no longer are, apparently. Once, many years ago, I watched over the town. Kind of. Almost like, not necessarily a protector, but I watched things. I kept an eye on who came and who left, and kept my ears out for danger. Well, it's a very long story, and I don't want to bore you with it. You're asking, but you also don't know the story. So, you can't say for sure you wouldn't be bored, can you? But alright, I'll indulge you. A small child got lost out in the wilderness. And it wasn't exactly a rare thing, you know, children. They don't listen. They run off trying to have fun, trying to have adventures, not even aware of the risks that are all around them. And so, this young girl, she wandered off, and she was found by wild animals. And hungry animals did what hungry animals do. But the thing is, her parents... I don't know if he's still the mayor, but he was then. And he had so much support in the village that they turned all the blame on me for not keeping her safe like I was supposed to. No one even second-guessed why she was even allowed to run so far from home by herself. No, they blamed me. And they exiled me. And so I live here, alone, far away from anyone else, and far away from being blamed for anyone else's mistakes. But I'm not happy. I was once. But everything that made me happy has been taken away. So now I live here, alone, hidden away and forgotten. Or at least partially forgotten. Is that the story they tell? I guess I'm not surprised. It does suck to hear it coming from you. Because I've wondered, many times I've wondered what it is they think of me there. But it's not like I would ever know. I don't go to the village doesn't come to me. You're very kind. But I haven't known kindness for a very long time. And I don't trust you. Well, you said yourself you didn't even know if I was here. How do I know you're not just trying to catch me and bring me into town as some sort of hero, slaying the monster that lurks in the woods? No, maybe that's true, maybe it isn't. At the end of the day, it doesn't make a lot of difference. Well, I loved it. I had a purpose. I had a reason to wake up in the morning. Like everything else that was taken. Is there a reason you're digging up these old wounds? And you know what they say about curiosity, don't you? Right, well, even if it is just a saying, look what happened to me. I was curious. I wanted to help. I wanted to be around people. I wanted to learn and experience things, and I paid the price for it. So, you'll have to forgive me if I don't exactly appreciate the curiosity you have. Don't you have something better you could be doing? You're out here bothering an exile, an outcast, a monster. The stories you say they're telling are true. You have a life there. There is no life here. Well, I guess there is life, but there's no joy. There's no fulfillment. There's nothing to do, nothing to see. Just lonely me. Maybe. Maybe one day that will change. Oh, you think you could be the one to change that? I don't know whether to appreciate your naivety or pity it. They think I'm some sort of monster. You said it yourself. You cannot get to know me and still have your life there. It's not possible. You could try. For all you know, there's someone watching everyone who comes in this direction. I wouldn't put it past him. The mayor, of course, the whole reason I'm out here. I will believe that when I see it. You say that, and maybe you're telling the truth. Maybe you have no reason to deceive me. Or maybe this is all an elaborate plot to lure the monster back to town so it can finally be dealt with. You are very persistent, I'll give you that. I almost believe you. Almost. But see, the thing is, I've learned not to believe people because it only leads to pain, heartache, loneliness, and depression and despair. I don't think there is anything you could do to prove it to me. I acknowledge and appreciate that you're extending kindness. It's something I have not known for a long time. But I can't trust it's genuine, as much as I'd like to. Because when a handsome young man like yourself walks out of the village to meet a monster, it's to come back with its head, not to get to know it. You're very persistent. Annoyingly persistent. Alright, if you insist, fine. There is something you can do to... Well, I don't know if it would prove it, but at least help ease my suspicions. Oh, well, no way in hell am I going anywhere near that village. No. But if you really do want to help, if you really, really, out of the kindness of your heart, want to help another living creature, I'll tell you exactly how you can help. Winter's coming very quickly, and every year it gets colder and colder. And out here, supplies are very hard to come by. An axe to chop wood, that would be nice. And some new clothing to help stay warm in the snow. I'm not a snow leopard. I'm a cougar. I'm not designed for this weather. I'm just, unfortunately, stuck in it. So if you can bring me these things to help make this winter a little more bearable, I will consider what you're asking me. No, I'm not going near that village. But if you want to spend your time talking to me, instead of doing whatever it is you people do in there, that's your decision, and I'm not going to stop you. Wait a minute. You had that animal with you this whole time. Oh, I must be losing my edge. I didn't notice. So, hold on a minute. You came out here. Okay, hold on a minute. So you came all the way out here with all of this stuff just on the off chance that I could use it. How much did all of this cost you? No, I don't care how much the horse cost. I don't need a horse. You can take it back with you. But all of the rest of this? Your story, it doesn't add up. You didn't even know if I was really out here, but you brought all this stuff for me? I guess that makes sense. I guess you're right. I'm sorry. Can you really blame me? After everything I've been through, after all these years, being ignored and left to my own devices when I cared so much. It's enough to drive someone insane. Apparently they think I am, if what you tell me is true. Because anyone who knew me then would know it's not. But I guess perception is reality. What actually happens doesn't matter. It's what people believe happens. It is what it is. But I will admit I'm very impressed that you went to so much trouble just to try and help. I'm still not sure I trust you, but... well, it's a good start. It's not like I'm out here demanding tribute. I'm not going to take these things from you, but if you're offering them, I won't turn them away. Wait a minute. You know, this whole time we've been talking, and I thought your scent feels familiar, but I haven't really been able to place it. You were the other child, weren't you? The mayor was your father. Well, that changes everything. I did. All I ever wanted to do was help. But bad things happened and were blamed on me, and I was punished for them. Are you really here to make things right? Can you? I mean, after all these years, after all these stories, who knows? Who knows how horrifying these stories have become? You are too kind. If, and I say that very intentionally because it is a very big condition, if you are able to convince your father to lift that exile, I don't even know if I'd want to go back, because it doesn't change what happened. But if you are willing to help, maybe I can at least have one person to talk to, one friend. It's better than the way things have been. I'm sorry, can you say that again? I don't think I heard you right. Oh, I did hear you right. Aren't you a bold one? Coming here into the den of a monster, asking to be more than friends. Because I'm not really sure how to respond to that. You're the son of the one who drove me away, who pinned all of his anger and grief on me, scapegoated me, cast me out of my home. You know I don't even live in a house anymore. Because there's none out here. I'll tell you what. Because you are very handsome. And I confess I have been without any company far too long. You have already brought me many gifts, and I appreciate them all. Would it be too much to ask you to follow me into my den? You have done much for me, more than I think you realize, more than you might ever realize, and that sort of debt should be repaid. Bold as you are, handsome as you are, I can think of many ways to repay you. I have been alone, without a mate, without friends, without family, without anything. And here you come. Well, Not yet. But here you are, blatantly offering to change all of that. I'm a little suspicious, but what more have I got to lose? I will take you up on this offer very gladly. Well, unfortunately, all I have is a cave and a couple of furs. I hope that's enough. You don't have to worry about anything. I can handle all of it. Hello, everyone. Star here. And thank you so much for listening to this Fan Friday video, audio, vadio kind of thing. For anyone who's interested in the continuation of this story, there is an extended version available on Patreon. And by the time this goes up on YouTube, it will already be live. So, we voted on a story, and a confession, I assumed Cougar would win because, my cat, was specifically big cat, audios generally are received pretty well. Some of my best ones, I had my first Tigers series kicked absolute butt. And the Lioness series was just amazing. Literally every single one of them did so well, and I was so proud of it. And so there's a lion and there's a tiger, but we haven't done other big cats. So now we have a cougar, a puma, a mountain lion, whatever you want to call it. Now, I grew up in Nevada, and so they were the only big cat that I, had near me. And I never saw any in the wild, thank God, but I knew they were out there. And I watched a movie. Some of you may have seen it, maybe not, called Homeward Bound, which is about a couple of pets who they get sent to go, sounds terrible, they get sent to go, quote, live on a farm, but they literally go to a farm because their owners were going out of town and someone had to watch the animals, and the animals didn't know that, so they thought they were abandoned, and they ran away trying to get home. And through the course of their adventures, they run into a couple of different animals and, have to deal with rivers and such. And there's a mountain lion in it. And for a long time, that was really my only, exposure to mountain lions, beyond reading about them. So all I really knew was that they were they're in the movie. They were a villainous character in the movie. Technically, the other animals talked to each other. The cougar did not talk. It was just danger. And at one point they ended up launching it into the water off of a mountain or a hilltop or something. I don't know, it's been a while since I've seen the movie, but anyway, it was really kind of fun to do a story that ties in kind of to that. Now, this character is an interesting one. Very interesting. And there's definitely some of myself in her. I mean, that's true of all of my characters, right? But something about this one just feels particularly unique in that way. I'm not really sure how, but it's just kind of, at least sitting here in the post-recording outro phase, because I'm not into the editing yet and whatnot, and oh, shoot, I'm looking over at Audacity. We're coming up on 45 minutes of recording. I've been talking for a long time, so I think I'm going to go ahead and cut this now. So, if you listen to this whole thing and this whole rambly outro, because I keep doing that, Oops. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Mwah.